Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most insightful finance books out there, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. This book isn't just about math or investing, it's about how our behavior and emotions shape our money decisions. So let's get started. 1. No one's experience is the same. Everyone's relationship with money is shaped by their unique experiences, upbringing, and environment. Because no two people grow up with the same financial background or historical context, their attitudes towards money, risk, and wealth differ significantly. For example, someone raised during an economic crisis will likely be more cautious than someone who grew up in a wealthy, stable household. This means what feels like a rational financial decision for one person might seem risky or unnecessary to another. Recognizing these differences helps reduce judgment and encourages empathy when discussing money choices. Ultimately, your financial habits and goals should reflect your own history and comfort level, rather than copying others. 2. Luck and risk. Luck and risk play huge but often unseen roles in financial success and failure. Luck means being in the right place at the right time, which can dramatically impact wealth, like investing early in a booming company. Risk is the chance that things might go wrong, such as market crashes or business failures. People tend to overlook these forces, focusing too much on skill or effort. However, success isn't purely earned. Luck contributes, and risks can cause setbacks even with smart decisions. Accepting this reality promotes humility and encourages smart risk management, like diversifying investments and maintaining financial buffers. It also reminds us not to judge others harshly for their outcomes, since much is beyond anyone's control. Never enough. Many people fall into the trap of always wanting more money, possessions, or status, a mindset that can lead to stress, risky behavior, and dissatisfaction. Morgan Housel stresses the importance of knowing when you have enough. Defining enough means understanding your personal financial needs and limits to avoid endless chasing. Without a clear sense of enough, people might take dangerous financial risks or sacrifice happiness for accumulation. True financial peace comes from contentment with what you have and setting realistic goals that provide security and freedom, rather than constant comparison or greed. 4. Compounding. Compounding is the process where money grows exponentially over time because you earn returns on your returns. It's one of the most powerful concepts in building wealth but requires patience and a long-term mindset. Starting to save and invest early allows compounding to work its magic. Many underestimate how impactful compounding is, often seeking quick wins instead of steady growth. Wealth doesn't usually come from sudden big gains but from years of consistent saving and reinvestment. Staying patient, avoiding impulsive decisions, and letting time do the work are key to benefiting from compounding. 5. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Morgan Housel highlights that building wealth and maintaining it require different mindsets. Getting wealthy often involves taking risks, being bold, and seizing opportunities. Staying wealthy, however, requires discipline, patience, and humility. Many people make the mistake of chasing high-risk ventures after they've acquired wealth, which can lead to losing it all. Preserving wealth means avoiding catastrophic losses, managing emotions, and understanding that protecting what you have is just as important as growing it. This mindset values consistency, cautious decision-making, and long-term thinking over chasing big wins. Wealth survival demands respect for uncertainty and careful risk management. 6. Tails, or the importance of outliers. Financial outcomes are heavily influenced by rare, extreme events, what Housel calls tails. These outliers, whether huge wins or devastating losses, disproportionately affect your overall results. For example, a single investment that doubles or triples your money can outweigh dozens of smaller gains. Most financial success is driven by a few exceptional moments, not by average or typical experiences. Recognizing the power of tails means being patient and staying invested, since missing these rare events can significantly harm your wealth growth. It also encourages humility, as luck often plays a big role in outlier outcomes. 7. Freedom. Housel argues that the greatest benefit of money isn't luxury or status, but freedom, the ability to control your time and choices. Financial independence allows you to live life on your terms, free from the pressure of needing to work a job you dislike or constantly worry about money. This freedom creates happiness and peace of mind more than material possessions do. Many people prioritize lifestyle inflation or status symbols but miss the value of financial flexibility. Saving money and managing expenses wisely are steps toward buying this freedom, which is the ultimate form of wealth. 8. Wealth is what you don't see. True wealth is often invisible because it's what you save and invest, not what you spend. Flashy cars, big houses, and luxury goods are visible signs of consumption, but they don't always indicate real financial security. Housel reminds us that spending is easy to see and often misunderstood as wealth, but true wealth is what you don't spend. Money quietly growing in accounts or investments. Many people confuse wealth with lifestyle, leading to overspending and financial vulnerability. Building real wealth requires discipline to save consistently and avoid unnecessary consumption. 9. Save money. Saving money is the foundation of building wealth. Morgan Housel emphasizes that saving is not about how much you earn, but how much you keep. People with modest incomes can accumulate wealth by living below their means and consistently saving a portion of their income. Savings give you flexibility, protect you against life's uncertainties, and allow you to take advantage of opportunities. It's more important to save regularly than to chase high returns or complicated investment strategies. Building the habit of saving creates a financial cushion that helps weather unexpected events without going into debt. 10. Reasonable, rational. Housel points out that financial decisions don't need to be perfectly rational. They need to be reasonable for you. What's mathematically optimal might not be psychologically sustainable. For example, an investment strategy that's technically best might feel too risky and cause you to panic and sell at the worst time. A reasonable approach considers your personality, comfort with risk, and life circumstances. It's better to have a plan you can stick to long-term than a perfect plan you abandon in stress. Financial success comes from consistency and behavior, not just numbers. 11. You and me, different goals and perspectives. Everyone has different financial goals, priorities, and risk tolerance. What works for one person may not work for another. Housel explains that comparing your financial journey to others is unproductive because of these differences. Some people value security, others prioritize growth. Some want to retire early, others want to build a legacy. Understanding your own goals and tailoring your financial plan accordingly is key. Accepting that different people have different paths leads to better decision-making and less envy. 12. The seduction of pessimism. People tend to pay more attention to negative news and warnings because pessimism feels more credible and urgent. This bias can lead to fear-driven financial decisions, like pulling out of the market during downturns. Housel reminds us that optimism drives long-term wealth creation because economies and markets generally grow over time. While it's important to be aware of risks, falling into constant pessimism can cause missed opportunities and poor timing. Balanced optimism with caution is healthier for financial success. 13. You'll change. Morgan Housel explains that your financial goals and priorities will evolve over time. What matters to you in your 20s may be very different from what matters in your 40s or 60s. Your tolerance for risk, spending habits, and definition of wealth will shift as you experience life changes such as marriage, children, career growth, or retirement. Because you will change, your financial plan should be flexible enough to adapt. What works now might not work later, so regular reflection and adjustment are important. Accepting this can help avoid rigid thinking and frustration, enabling you to make better money decisions across different life stages. 14. Room for error. Housel stresses the importance of building a margin of safety or room for error into your financial plans. Since the future is unpredictable, it's wise to plan for unexpected setbacks and avoid relying on perfect outcomes. Having a financial buffer, whether through savings, conservative investment assumptions, or low debt, helps you survive market downturns, emergencies, or changes in income. This approach reduces stress and prevents catastrophic failures, allowing you to stay on course even when things don't go as planned. 15. You're not alone. Money decisions are influenced by social and cultural factors. Housel points out that financial behavior is often shaped by what others around you do and think. This social context can create pressures to keep up with peers, adopt certain spending habits, or follow popular investment trends. Recognizing that you're part of a larger social environment helps you make more conscious choices instead of reacting impulsively. It also fosters empathy and understanding that everyone's money behavior is shaped by their own unique social influences. 16. Confounding compounding. Compounding, earning returns on returns, is incredibly powerful but often misunderstood or underestimated. Housel highlights how small, consistent gains over long periods lead to extraordinary wealth. The magic of compounding isn't just about money growing, but how time exponentially increases growth. Many give up too early or try to chase quick returns, missing out on compounding's full benefits. Patience and consistency are key to harnessing this force. 17. Getting wealthy versus staying wealthy. Morgan Housel explains that acquiring wealth and maintaining it require very different mindsets. Getting wealthy often involves risk-taking, ambition, and bold moves. However, staying wealthy depends on humility, caution, and patience. Many lose their fortunes by continuing to take big risks once they have money. Preserving wealth means protecting what you have from big losses, controlling emotions, and understanding the limits of your knowledge. It's about consistent, conservative decisions rather than chasing high returns. Long-term survival of wealth requires respect for uncertainty and a focus on minimizing mistakes. 18. Tails, or the importance of outliers. In finance, extreme events called tails have outsized effects. These rare outliers, both good and bad, shape most financial outcomes. For example, a few highly successful investments often make up the majority of returns in a portfolio. Missing out on these tails can drastically reduce your wealth. That's why staying invested long-term is crucial. The big winners usually come unexpectedly and sporadically. Housel encourages patience and humility, recognizing that luck plays a role in these outlier events. 19. Freedom. Housel stresses that true wealth is the ability to control your time and choices. Financial freedom. Money's greatest value lies in giving you independence from obligations, allowing you to live life on your own terms. Many people chase material things or status, but freedom brings more lasting happiness. Financial independence reduces stress and opens opportunities. Saving consistently, avoiding debt, and prioritizing time over possessions are keys to buying this kind of freedom. 20. Wealth is what you don't see. True wealth is often invisible because it's the money you save and invest, not what you spend on flashy things. Expensive cars, homes, and gadgets are visible signs of consumption, but don't necessarily mean financial security. Housel reminds us that wealth grows quietly when you live below your means. Many confuse wealth with lifestyle, leading to overspending and financial vulnerability. Building real wealth requires discipline and patience to save consistently rather than showing off. So, the psychology of money teaches us that managing money well is more about behavior than knowledge. Start early, save consistently, be patient, and keep your emotions in check. If you enjoyed this summary, please hit the like button, subscribe for more finance book summaries, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.